the longer I wait, the more money I make. I'm at a pickup, and I gave myself 35 minutes to get here, and I was 10 minutes early. I went in, introduced myself. They didn't have the order. They weren't aware of it. Then they found it. They have to make it. And I did write to dlivrd, or whoever I speak to, I'll show you in a moment, letting them know I'm not getting good vibes here now. I feel as if when I walked in, and I'll show you what I wrote to dlivrd, I feel as if they're annoyed that I'm here. I find that annoying. The staff just found the order. They are starting to cook it now. They did not give me an estimated time. AI kicked in. Then they wrote, "Thank you for the update." So I wrote it again because I didn't know they saw that. I was just told 15 minutes. The staff seems annoyed that I'm here, which is true. It just seemed like they were like, "What? Huh?" They had no idea about this order. Someone has to be responsible. Like, how can you not know? It's a $751 subtotal of food order on a Sunday afternoon. This is a catering order. It is an $85 payout, and now it's going to be more. So we continue to talk in the text. I'll be waiting in my car. I parked right in front of the restaurant door. My trunk is facing their front door. I'm right in front. So then they write, okay, please do, but let restaurant know you will be at your car. So I went back in to tell them, and they just seemed like it's a lot to handle. But they heard me, and I hope he's telling someone. I'm in my car. I even showed him. That's my car right there. I'm right here. So I wrote, they see me. Then I went back in and I wrote, I told them. And then they write, okay, great. Thank you. A few weeks ago, I was at a place. They didn't open. They told me we don't open until 11:30. So they didn't start the food. I asked, would you like me to go to the back? My car was parked right, like 6 steps in front of their kitchen door. And he made such a big deal that he couldn't find me. And I was sitting right here. Come on. It can't all lie on the pickup person, the delivery person. While you can't look at your door. You can't take like 8 steps away from your kitchen door to see who's in one of the cars. I'm right here. I introduced myself. I was kind. I asked, where would you like me to wait? And it still wasn't good enough. I was very nice and respectful to them. But I felt like I was bothering them, just asking them, can someone give me some information before I started texting dlivrd? I was like, excuse me. I was really nice. And it got me. Then this woman came out and she said 15 minutes. I was like, can you tell me how long? Because I had to tell dlivrd something. I was like, can you tell me how long that'll take? She was like, 15 minutes. That means 25 minutes, guaranteed. It's not 15 minutes. It's $751 worth of food. It's not going to be 15 minutes. And I saw them putting it all in the fry laters. And I'm like, and then they have to pack it up and they have to wrap it up properly. They have to get all the sauces. I'm assuming napkins and plates and silverware. I'm delivering to the foreign exchange students. So they need all of that. That's part of their package when they're feeding all the kids. One of the young men asked me, would you like help bringing that to the car? And he was really nice. It just seemed as if nobody knew of the order. They weren't ready for it. With Grubhub, they say take a photo, but usually hand to diner. But they still want you to take a photo before you go. They didn't request that before. I noticed that yesterday. They still want you to take a picture of the drop-off location, whether you handed it to the customer or not. Yesterday, I squeezed in a few Ubers. Now, whatever joint I picked up at, the top of the cups when they're shakes, It's wide open. I had to request them to put saran wrap around that because it was just exposed. I said, "Oh, do you have a sticker?" And they went, "No." I said, "Well, you have saran wrap? Please cover the hole." I would think at this stage, these apps have been in circulation for so long. Why is this even happening? You need to close up open holes. I mean, those holes are like 3 of my thumbs. Just to give maybe 4. They're big, and it's just opened with the straw in it. So they did hand me over some saran wrap. Again, a little bit of a look, but I'm like, I really don't want to deliver it with the top just wide open. Today, I earned $131.76. I didn't hurt myself. I didn't really push myself. Divided by 5. So I earned $26.352 an hour. That's not bad. That's pretty good. I was happy with it. All right, let's talk about income. With dlivrd, this past week, I earned $621.15. So I also turned down a handful because it wasn't logical, and I had to turn down a couple that I just had stuff to do and I had to say no, and they were high payouts. So this was a pretty good week with dlivrd. $621.15. And on Monday, I forgot about this. On Monday, I received a $20 cash tip on top of the tip they gave me in the app. Grubhub, I earned $45.54. And Uber, $262.85. Let me add that $20. I earned $949.54 this week, but I will deduct minus 60, yeah. I'll minus 60 for gas. So really, $889.54. That's not bad. That's pretty good. And I could have earned more. I'll discuss that in a moment. I could have earned more money. We are independent contractors. We have to take care of everything ourselves. I'm also an internet entrepreneur. So, someone like me, I've been teaching myself how to do my own taxes, learning how to use apps like Self-Employed QuickBooks. I understand how I did take care of most of my income and expenses on the fly throughout the year. I started last night, just sitting down, browsing around the apps, taking some notes, and I finished that work today of submitting, because some things you have to submit manually. I triple check stuff. I haven't sent over the Self-Employed QuickBooks information to TurboTax yet, because Self-Employed QuickBooks is really a tool to help you prepare your income, your taxes. And it takes time to learn all of that. So I got it down. Here's another thing, guys. When you learn Self-Employed QuickBooks and you get used to signing in, you have your printer hooked up, you're on the computer. I printed out a log of all my business miles. So, because I'm creating a folder for myself, and I'm going to print out my, I'm at a loss for words now, my tax forms. And I'm going to sign it and date it as if my accountant sent it to me to say, sign and date. I'm creating my own folder. That takes work. That takes a lot of, practicing, dedication. I've been teaching myself and getting ahead and getting much better at it because when you spend time alone, you have more time to focus, more time to study, more time to develop the skills that you need to become self-sufficient. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm an internet entrepreneur, and I'm also an independent contractor. And I'm a one-man show like so many others. Well, that takes a lot of work. You know, I make sure I push away distractions, and that's what I've been doing. I've been doing a lot more behind the scenes that I don't share everything. Well, you don't get that done unless you're focused. Remove all the noise, all the nonsense, stay focused I mean, it just continues to get better because I stayed focused, and you become much more happier. That's a fact. If you can become happy, and if you could be happy with yourself without seeking happiness through others, which I used to do, you'll be a much more better person. You'll be a much more happier person. You would enjoy life so much more. Life will become a lot more joyful when you don't rely on being happy through others, with being around others. I said it right the first time. You understand what I'm saying. And that's a fact. And getting all my ducks in a row, understanding what I earn, what I spend, becoming self-sufficient, developing those skills, life just continues to get easier, more manageable. And that's the way it should be. Life is not, it shouldn't always be stressful. You shouldn't always be miserable. There's so much happening that you only could do so much. Back to the beginning of this part of the video. I could have earned a lot more money. But you have to be realistic. One person can only do so much. And, you can't always have $1,000 weeks. With Bolt deliveries, dlivrd, and I'll even include Spark in this. Then I have Uber Eats and Grubhub. And soon, Amazon Flex. There's really no reason why I shouldn't have $1,000 weeks. And not have to work 7 days. I should be able to do that in 6 days. A real good week, 5 days. But life gets in the way. You have to take care of stuff. You hear what I'm saying. So I'm getting my taxes ready. I have a scheduled delivery tomorrow morning. I'm coming back. I'm going to finish my taxes. All the hard work's done. All my receipts are printed out. All the last handful of information I had to enter into self-employed QuickBooks, I entered today. And I'm very confident. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on. And because I understand the goal is how many legitimate business expenses can you write off so you can pay the least amount of taxes possible. So until the next video clip, I felt like sharing that. One person shows. It's hard to do it all yourself. It is. It's a challenge. So until the next video clip, I learned how to print out my log, miles in my folder. If I ever get an audit, I'll have everything at my fingertips. But I doubt I'll ever get audited. I can't imagine that. I'll see you in the next video clip. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.